here we have the Soviet force. It is a forward detachment using the command card. For the HQ, we took a Hero T-34-85. And then for the rest of the formation, we have 2 units of Hero T-34-85s. The Hero Mortar Rifle Company mounted in the soft-skin transports, 2 trucks there. 82mm mortars mounted in the soft-skin transport. And the ZSU M17 AA. In support, we have a unit of 3 IS-2s. And our reconnaissance platoon mounted in the M3 scout cars, and we couldn't wait to finish painting them, so we're going to run 2 Katyushas, and we're using that little GI Jeep in place of a BA-64 OP. For command cards, aside from the mentioned forward detachment and soft skin transport, we also have Make Your Own Luck and Lucky. For the German forces, the main formation is out of Fortress Europe. It is a mixed Panzer company, HQ of 2 Panzer IVs and 2 platoons each of 3 Panzer IVs. As support, we took 2 units from D-Day. We took the Armored Reconnaissance Platoon, mounted in the small half-tracks, and the Armored Grenadier Platoon in the large half-tracks with a Panzer Faust, or Panzer Schreck upgrade, can't remember which one right now. They all have Panzer Fausts, and it's a Panzer Schreck. And then in support from Fortress Europe, 2 Hornies and 2 Ju-87 bombs. So for objectives, we put the attacker's objective here along the river line and the defender's objective over there in town. And then the Soviet defender Bree has deployed her forces here. And the 3rd SS are deployed here, with the Russians having the IS-2s and a squad of T-34s in reserve. And once again, the little wheelies car that we're using in place of a BA-64 OP. That's just within the deployment zone on the very edge. And ranged in markers, the left one is for the Katyusha and the right one are for the 82mm mortars. Alright, first turn I got to roll for aircraft. 5+ I think it is. So they don't come in. That's all right. In my movement step, I moved that platoon of Panzers up to the river, hoping to get some shots on that unarmored transport through the gap in the hill or the buildings. And the rest of the platoon, the company is just kind of moving around here, trying to get onto the road. I got the Hornies moved up onto the ridge line to fire at any of their reserves as they come in. 250s are moving up along that way, heading for the tree line, and the 251s are probably going to move up the road there, supported with some Panzers. On to my shooting step. Okay, 2 of the Panzers in that platoon there are going to take the long-range shot at your soft-skin transports carrying the Hero Motor Rifles. Okay. I have line of sight with the gap in the buildings there. It's over 16, but in range, so hitting... Oh, you haven't technically moved this turn, so you're also going to the ground. So you start at 3+, because you're aggressive. You get +1 for range. You're in the open. No, vehicles don't get anything, because unless they're in cover when they're going to the ground, they don't get a bonus. So you're just on a 4+. 2 shots, because I moved. And I'll get 1 hit, which I'll assign to the closest truck. Okay. And soft-skin transports have a 5+ tank save. Okay. So just the 1 die there.
6.
And you save it.
Yay.
Oh, not bad. Okay, moving on. So at starting step, you get your reserve rolls because you get immediate reserves. So on a 5+ and 1 die on the first turn. Yep, you get a reserve unit. Okay. On to your movement step. Alright, IS-2s moved on from reserve. They tactical forward to be a real pain in the ass. I was really hoping they weren't going to come on first turn, so hopefully we can deal. The Armored Reconnaissance in the M3 Scout Cars and the Hero Motor Rifles in the soft-skin transport Dashed. Dashed forward, trying to get around to drop their dudes off to stop me. And the T-34s are just moving around the town, trying to find a better sight line to engage me from. So starting Bree's shooting step, her command to T-34, moving rate of fire 1, is engaging my Panzer IV platoon on the other side of the river. It's just at 16, so it's within 16, so you're hitting me on my base. Careful of 4+.
Okay. And that's it.
Alright, and then you will assign the hit. And your anti-tank is 12, my front armor is 6. So I need a 6, which I'll get. So you can potentially bail me out on a 3+. Alright.
You bailed out.
Panzer IV is bailed out.
Alright.
Alright, the IS-2s are going to shoot the one thing on the table that can probably be the most dangerous thing to them. My beautiful Hornies. I'm in cover, and you move with slow firing. So 3 shots in total, because 1 shot each. Normally hitting me out of 4. Cover is 5, 6 because of slow firing.
Okay. Nothing. 3 5s. That's pretty.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'm glad that didn't.
I'm concerned because now.
They don't have armor.
Oh.
Their front armor is 2.
Oh.
To your anti-tank 14.
Yeah, but they got anti-tank like, what, 17, 18? Something like that?
Anti-tank 17.
I'm dead.
Alright, German second starting step. I have to remount that Panzer because of protected ammo. I get a 3+, which I'll get. So they remount. And then, because this die is liking me so far, I'm going to roll for aircraft again. And I still won't get my JU-86.
Dice doesn't like you that much.
JU-88s. On to my movement. Alright, so in my movement phase, the Recon Panzer Grenadiers dismounted and dashed towards the tree line. They stopped just shy of it because their cross-country dash would have taken them into it, but the terrain dash wouldn't have gotten them quite that close, so... Yep, and then I sent the transports to the rear because of that.
They're all running away. Everything is running away from them.
Yeah. Well, we just have to cut off your line of advance and slow you down long enough. So,
yep.
The 251s are taking the road as much as they can. Wasn't able to get a road dash because they didn't start the turn on the road, but they moved as quickly as they could across it. Unfortunately, stopping right underneath the Katyusha range-in marker, hoping that they don't kill me. My Panzer IV commands are also trying to run away from the IS-2s. That Panzer IV platoon kind of shuffled back down the hill a little bit just to kind of wait it out, see if the Hornies can take on the Soviet Behemoth. And that Panzer IV platoon over there tacticaled around the edge to take some shots at the T-34s. Onto my shooting step. Alright, I'm going to start things off with the kind of game-breaking shots here. Or game-making, hopefully. The Hornies, stationary rate of fire of 2, firing at the in the open IS-2s. They are under 16, so I'll be hitting on 3s. And I will get 2 hits.
Okay.
To which I will assign to these 2 tanks. Now, because of the turret facing and the no, you know what? I'm in front of the line on both of them, so it'll just be on your front armor.
Okay.
So we'll be right back once we check that, and we'll go to armor checks. All right, front armor is 10 to my anti-tank, beautifully 17. So these will just go straight through. So on the left one, or the middle one, 3+, it's bailed out, and on the right one, it is blown up. This is good.
Okay.
Right, these Panzer IVs are going to shoot at the T-34s over there. These 2 are just over 16, while he's just within 16, so he'll be hitting on a 3+, and they'll be hitting on 4+. So I'll do them first. So the 2 hitting on 4, I'll get 1 hit, and then the 1 hitting on 3, I'll get another hit, so then I will assign the hits, and we'll be right back for armor checks. Alright, the one that's within 16, I assigned on the dude that's within 16, just to make sure you don't get that extra point armor on it. And then on him, it's the other ones that were over 16, so he'll be front armor 7 for the purposes of shooting. So if you want to come over here and try and stop my shots. So on the one that's under 16, my anti-tank is 11 and your front armor is 6, so you'll need a 5 to equal and a 6 to ignore. So you ignore that shot. And the other one, front armor 7, you just need a 4 to equal and a 5 to ignore. Okay,
Both
those shots bounce.
Ping, ping.
Moving on. All right, Soviet starting step. We're going to go for the remount checks. Bree has opted to use a command card. So, honey, why don't you tell us what that one says?
Make your own luck. A good general makes his own luck. Discard this card before you roll any one die to make the roll automatically a 4. Do not roll the die.
Delightful. So that tank sticks around, and you will not need to make a last stand check. All right, now we are going to move on to your reserve rolls. It's turn 2, so you get 2 dice.
I'm discarding that card right there for now. Nothing.
1 out of 3. No reserves this turn.
Yep.
Okay, moving on to your movement step. Okay, in the Soviet movement step, the Hero motor rifles dismounted from their trucks and also moved up into the tree line while the reconnaissance platoon is continuing its wide flank. The T-34s took refuge, so only some of them can shoot. I got my Panzer force. And the IS-2 stayed stationary to increase their effective rate of fire, to increase their chances of hitting my Hornices there in the tree line. On to Soviet shooting. Okay, at the start of the Soviet shooting step, the observer hiding in the trees is calling in the pre-sighted bombardment right there with no Katyushas. So it's going to catch, first off, we checked, that T-34 is 7 inches away from the edge of the template, so we're good for danger close. It's going to catch 1 of the Panzer IVs and 4 of the half-tracks there. So you're going to hit me on my 2-hit number, because your successful ranging in first attempt is first attempt, so it doesn't add any modifiers. So 4 dice for the half-tracks, and you'll be hitting them on 4s.
Okay.
And then re-rolling successes, because it's only 2 guns firing.
Okay.
Okay.
And then re-roll successes?
Yep.
Nothing.
So no, and then 1 die on the Panzer IVs. Okay. Excellent. All right, so the Panzer IVs hit. My top armor is 1. Your anti-tank is 2. I need a 1 or better. That bounce it.
Okay.
Moving on. All right, the T-34s are going to shoot on my Panzer IVs across the river. 2 of them can draw a line of sight and shoot. They're moving rate of fire at 1 each, so 2 dice. Hitting on 4s because I'm out in the open like a dumbass.
I'd rather you be out in the open than in my forest. Nothing!
Well, I guess counting on my ability to just not be hit is working out for me, at least for now.
For now.
All right, moving on. All right, the IS-2s, they stayed stationary this turn, so they're not getting pinged for slow firing, are going to shoot at the Hornies that I have in cover again. So, hitting on 5s this time because you're stationary.
And 1 hit.
1 hit, so that doesn't matter because my front armor is 2.
0. No, 2.
My front armor is 2. I have armor.
Okay, a little bit. It's tissue paper armor.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, straight to firepower, 2+.
Yep.
That blows it. Yep.
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 Yep. I tore the tissue paper.
Moving on. Alright, I gotta do a last stand check on them. Check their stats. They are fearless, 3+, so I stand. Oh, okay. They stay. He stays. Okay, he stays. Aircraft's check to see if they come in this turn. And they do! Excellent. Alright, on to my movement. Right, German turn 3 movement movement step. German turn 3 movement step. I moved up farther to the closer to the objective, and as you saw, failed my attempt at a follow me. The Panzer Grenadiers dismounted, moved up. Those two are in that building. Unfortunately, the roofs do not come off, so the two leaning against it are currently in that building.
Okay.
Half tracks move forward a little bit to cover the approaches and maybe get some MG shots. Stukas are diving down to bomb and attempted some cross checks to get into that forest. 2 failed, 1 passed, and I completely forgot the reconnaissance unit or her observers there, so it's not like I can really go that far into it anyways. So, shooting step. Alright, I'm going to attempt to range in the Stukas. I want to, that's 6 inches for their bombs. I want to place it essentially right there so it catches all 3 of the tracks and 3 or 4 of the bases there. So I'm just going to check their skill and I'll be right back. Alright, the Stukas are a 3+ skill, but because the range in template is covering some trees, I add +1, so for 4+, which I'll range in on the first attempt.
Alright.
Okay, so worth noting, aircraft, unlike artillery, don't get a range in marker because they just disappear at the end of the step. And they don't have to reroll penalties for less than 3 guns. So we checked, there are 5 infantry bases underneath and 3 3 scout cars. However, the scout cars have self-defense anti-air MGs, so you do actually get some anti-air shots at me.
Okay.
So we're just going to double check how many shots and then we'll be right back again. So self-defense anti-air, you get 1 shot each, so you got 3 tracks. You're hitting me on a 5+? Yeah, you hit me on a 5+ on 3 dice. No hits. Alright, straight to bombs. So, alright, so your infantry, 5 of them, hitting you on 3+, because I ranged in on my first attempt. All 5 will hit.
Okay.
And on the half tracks, 2 will hit. And then we'll assign hits and be right back again. Alright, I've assigned 2 hits, the 2 hits on the tracks to the back 2 tracks, and then basically just 1 hit on each of the infantry dudes a hit. So infantry save on a 3+, so you can do, I mean, just all 5, because they're all just the same team. I don't really care which one dies. It was more to pin you than anything, so 3 pluses.
Okay.
So I'll kill 2.
Yep.
Okay, and then as I said, my anti-tank is 4, and the top armor on your half tracks
was 0.
All right, so you need 4s to equal, 5s to ignore.
2 of them, right?
Yeah, might as well do them one at a time.
Okay, the one closest to the dudes.
Okay. So that'll go in. And that'll go in. All right, and then firepower. So the same one closest to the dudes on a 2+. It's destroyed, and the other one is bailed out.
Okay.
And now we just got to double check what happens to the passengers, and we'll be right back one more time. All right, so the transport that's destroyed, you just need to make infantry save so the 2 dudes in it, so 3+.
Okay.
So 1 lives, 1 dies, so they get placed on the opposite side of the vehicle, facing in any direction. I'm assuming you want facing towards me, my dudes across the river?
Yeah.
All right, and then that squad is also pinned down, and that dude is dead. All right, moving on to the rest of my shooting. All right, I'm going to do the Hornies next. Firing again on the IS-2s. 2 shots, hitting you on 3s. Well, that happened.
What did I do? Okay.
Moving on. Panzer IVs will shoot into the T-34s. He'll target him, he'll target him. They're all under 16, but you are in cover, so right side Panzer IV hitting on a 4+, misses, and left side also misses.
Okay.
Moving on. Alright, so the Panzer Shrek team is going to shoot out the windows and shoot at the T-34. It's within 8 inches. I moved, so I'm adding +1. You're not in cover to it, so hitting you on a 4+. And I'll hit. And it's anti-tank 12 against your side armor of less than 5. So we'll just go straight to firepower.
Yep.
And their firepower is a 5+. I will destroy your company command tank.
Alrighty.
Alright, and then lastly, half tracks, 2 of them here are able to shoot the Mortars Trakovi. This dude can only hit these 2, so I'll roll him separately. This guy can hit 4 or 5 of them. So their moving rate of fire is a nice 4. So I'll do the one that can only hit the back 2 first. You are 3+ aggressive. So I'll be hitting you on 4+ because you're in cover. So first we'll get 2 hits on the back 2. And then the next 4, we'll get 2 more hits. So I'll have to assign those, if I understand correctly, to 2 more guys because I can't double up hits before all the valid targets are hit.
Right.
So might as well go straight to saves. All right, and then their infantry saves on 3+. 2 more dead, 3 more dead. Excellent.
Yep.
All right, and that is the end, I think, of German shooting step. Turn 3 on to the Soviets. And it's looking grim.
Very.
Soviet turn 3 starting step. We're going to start by remounting some bailed out tank vehicles. So your M3 half track there.
I believe they are 4+.
Okay.
And
So
back
he
in.
bails back in. And then what's the motivation on the reconnaissance troop? Should be on the same page.
4+.
Right. So they unpin on a 4+.
Nope.
Yeah.
And then the guys that got shot out of there.
Well, that was who I was talking about. That's the reconnaissance.
Sorry.
That's the motor rifles.
Right.
I don't know if they have a better one or not, but it's worth checking. Yeah. And bear in mind their unit commissar might have an impact on it. I don't actually remember what the unit commissar does. Aside from be awesome. And I still need to paint his hat blue, because that's...
A must.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's historically accurate at this point in the war they wore blue hats, but it's going to happen.
Yeah. Wrong way. There they are. Yep, he does. 3+.
All right, so Kommissar makes their motivation a little bit better, so they unpin on a 3+.
They
yes,
unpin.
they unpin, but they stay pinned. And yeah. Oh, reserves, 3 dice now. On 5+, you get your last tank unit of tanks. Yes, so the T-34s come in. All right, on to the movement step. All right, movement phase Soviets. We passed our cross checks on the ZSUs and moved them down to try and hold the objective a little bit more effectively against the on-rushing Panzer Grenadiers. T-34s shuffled around a little bit to get better lines of sight. That hero T-34 platoon came on and tactical forward to engage my Panzer IVs, while the IS-2s stayed stationary to continue ganking the Hornice. And over here, the reconnaissance unit dismounted, but because they're pinned, they just moved a little bit over to the side because they can't advance towards line of sight of an enemy. And then the trucks swung around a little bit so they can get some 50 cals to bear on my dudes, while the hero motor rifles moved up to the riverbank to start engaging me. And on to shooting. All right, to start the Soviet shooting step, the Katyushas are being annoying. We are going to hit, by the looks of it, 3 infantry stands, both tanks, and a half track. Who's calling in the bombardment? That dude again? Yeah, because I forgot to kill that dude. Okay, so the observer in the apple orchard is calling in the bombardment there, and we will go straight to shooting. So we'll start over here. 2 Panzer IVs being hit on 4+. Yep. What did I say, 3 or 4 Grenadiers?
It was 3. Is that whole back row?
3 Grenadiers hitting on 4+. Two. Okay, and 1 half track. 4+.
Nope.
All right, what was the anti-tank?
Let me double check that.
While I roll my infantry saves. 6 and a 3, so the infantry are fine, just pinned.
Katyusha anti-tank is 2.
All right, half track, top armor is 0. Wait, no, you didn't hit the half track. Sorry. Panzers, top armor is 1. I need a 1 or better. I get a 1 and a 6. So that one bounces. That one equals, so you can potentially bail out one of my Panzers on a successful firepower check.
Okay. My firepower was a 4? I just looked at it too. Yep, 4 plus.
Okay.
Nope.
No, okay. Moving on. Okay. All right, the IS-2s are again going to shoot at the Hornies in the cover, hitting on 5s.
One hit.
Straight to firepower. Darn.
He's
Okay,
dead.
well that's the last Hornies. And that might be my only weapon that could actually hurt them, so that's not good. Boom. Yep, big fluff.
Big fluff, big boom.
All right. All right, the T-34s are going to engage my Panzer IVs. I'm just over 16, but I'm not in cover, so you're hitting me on 5s. 1 shot each. Well, that was lucky.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. All right,
man. Okay.
Moving on. And, those 3 T-34s there are going to shoot the Panzer IV, and then the T-34 that's on the other side of that building there is going to shoot my dudes in the house with his cannon. So let's do him first. 1 shot, hitting on 5s because I'm in cover.
No.
Misses. All right, and then the 3 shots hitting on 4s because you can just target the guy that's in the open and spread them around on the Panzer IVs. 2 hits. All right, my front armor, I already forgot. I think it was 6. My front armor is 6, and your anti-tank is 12, so I need 6s, which I won't get, so straight to firepower. 1 at a time, please.
Okay, so for this guy.
Okay. Okay.
And for the other one.
Okay. Dead.
Dead.
All right, then we got the Hero Motostrakovi here. They are going to shoot down at my Panzer Grenadiers. So the front rank can fire, the back 2 can't, because A, back guys are blocked by the guys that move in front of them, and B, the small team is an SMG. The rest are rifle MG teams, so rate of fire 2. I'm in cover, but I'm not gone to ground, and I'm under 16, so they'll be hitting me on 5s. On 2 shots each, so 8 in total. Oof.
Ow. Oh, 1, 2, 2, and 5 3s.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Moving on.
I guess.
Okay. All right, 1 ZSU has line of sight through the buildings to engage my teams there in the buildings. They're just over 16, so hitting on 6s on 3 shots with their moving rate of fire.
1 hit.
1 6. I need a die. Should have brought some over with me.
Oh well.
All right, so 1 hit. Saved.
Okay.
And then you wanted to shoot these M3 Scout 50 cals into them as well. So you said
Rate of fire 2.
on the move?
Yep.
Okay. 4 shots hitting on 5s as well because under 16 but I'm in cover.
Nothing.
All right. Awesome. Moving on. All right. German starting step. We're going to attempt to unpin them on a 4+. We do not. Last stand check on the Panzer IV platoon over there on a 3+ because of Third Reich. So 1 tank stays. Excellent. And then my airplanes. Crap. Okay. No planes.
Okay.
I really need to
I'm good
this
with
to work.
that. No planes.
Okay, the recon squad that was pinned down moved around. They didn't advance towards the closest visible enemy unit, so they just kind of moved forward, had a line of sight, spread out. The half tracks moved to accommodate them. Command Panzers, which I completely forgot, grant me a reroll, but oh well, too late now. That one moved out to engage some Panzer, some T-34s. That one is hoping to maybe stop that, but yeah, that's not likely going to happen. That Panzer IV just kind of moved to get some better cover. They're staying stationary to fire with the hopes of scooting after they shot, and the Panzer Grenadier squad spread out to take up positions to let their MGs rip. Moving on to my shooting step. All right, Panzer IV platoon engaging T-34 platoon. He's technically shooting across the edge of the cover, so you'll get cover for that. So he'll be hitting on 4s, becoming 5s because of over 16. The rest are just hitting on 4s.
Cool.
So first one hitting on 5s, nothing. And the other 2 hitting on 4s, 2 hits, there and there. And if you want to grab, I'll grab you some dice. And then you can roll your armor checks.
Okay.
Your front armor is effectively 7 of this range, so you need a 5. No, 7, 8, 9,
Doesn't
10,
matter,
11.
I got two ones.
Oh, okay. The right side one on a 3+. Nope, bailed out, and the other one blown up. Okay, moving on. Okay, now we're going to do the command Panzer IV, engaging the dude in cover there.
Okay.
You're under 16, obviously, but you were in cover, so hitting you on 4. I miss.
Alrighty.
Okay. Alright, and then in that building where the Panzer Shrek team is, they'll shoot at him as well at 8 inches, or because he's just under 8 inches.
Okay.
I didn't move this turn, so I don't add +1. And from that angle, they can, I think, more or less see the entirety of your front, so you won't get covered.
Cool.
Hitting on a 3. I hit.
Yeah.
Anti-tank is 12. And your front armor is 6, so you just need a 6.
Nope.
No, 5 up firepower. I blow that one up.
Okie dokie.
Alright, Panzer Grenadiers are going to MG. Moving rate of fire is 2, so here into your motor rifles. You are in cover, so I'll hit you on 4s.
Okay.
12 shots. So I'm going to get, looks like 5 hits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5.
Okay.
1 hit on each guy in the front row and 1 on the team behind. Alright, so might as well start from here. On 3+. Lives, this one.
Goodbye. Lives.
Yep, this one.
Lives.
This one, the Kommissar. Dies. And the last rifle team also dies. Alright, so they're pinned and they've lost 2 dudes.
Alrighty.
Alright, and at the end of my shooting step, skill check on 3+ for veterans to shoot scoop. And of course I failed.
Alrighty.
That's not good. Moving on.
Moving on.
Alright, Soviet starting step. We're going to attempt to bail back in that tank on a 4+. Yep.
He's in.
And unpinning the Hero Motor Rifles on a 4+.
They're in.
Yeah, and might as well, while we're here, unpin the Armored Reconnaissance Platoon.
And they're in.
Awesome. Alright, on to the movement step. Alright, Soviet movement step, turn 4. The T-34s have moved once again to try and engage my stuff there. The IS-2s are starting to trundle forward. And the T-34s attempted crossing into the forest to come at the rear of the Panzer Grenadiers, while the reconnaissance SMGs move to get potential charges, and the Hero Motor Rifles stand to attempt to pin down my dudes to help their comrades get into hand-to-hand with the invaders. Moving on to the shooting step. IS-2s are going to attempt to shoot the Panzer IVs on the other side of the hill there. Alright, IS-2s are going to shoot the Panzer IVs. If they target the one that's right beside the forest, it's actually a clear line of sight.
Okay.
So you're just adding your slow firing of 1, so you're hitting me on 5s.
Okay. Should
on
I
2 shots.
roll 1 by itself for the 1, or?
No, so you target the easiest target, and then any other hits can be scattered to other valid targets.
Oh, okay. Alright, cool. Thank you. Still learning.
Alright, firepower. Yep, that's 2 dead Panzer IVs. Okay. Boom, boom. Alright, on this flank, this T-34 is going to engage my command tank. And that T-34 is going to shoot through his dead comrade to engage the dudes in the house.
Okay.
Cannons or MGs?
Cannons.
Alright, so let's do them first. I fired last turn, so I'm not, and moved, so I'm not going to ground, so just 5s.
Okay, and it's just the 1?
Yeah, because he moved.
Nope.
Misses. Alright, and then 4 on the other one, on his shot, because he moved.
4
You
shots.
wrote 1 shot.
1 shot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hits. Alright, front armor is 6, so I need a 6, which I don't get, so firepower. Blows up.
Cool.
Alright. All right, the Hero Model Strakovi, rate of fire 2 on the SS Panzer Grenadiers there. I'm in cover, so you're hitting me on 5s with 8 shots.
Five hits.
5 hits, all right, so basically 1 on each guy at the front. So working left from right, 3 plus. 1 dies. 1 dies. Live. Alive and alive.
Okay, 2 death.
But that pins them. The Hero T-34-85s are going to MG the back of the Panzer Grenadier platoon there. So 8 shots, right?
Yep.
Hitting on 5s. Three hits. Now, the only valid targets are literally the 2 back stands because the rest are just over 6 inches away through forests. So 2 hits on one, 1 hit on the other. Both live.
Okay.
Alright, so Bree wants to go straight to her assault step. So with the reconnaissance SMGs auto-passing their cross-checks through the river, we move up to 4 inches in. So you'll go to here. You'll engage that one, and you'll engage that one, and then you just attach there. Now I get my defensive fire of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams at 2 shots each. It's 10 shots. Hitting you on 3s. Really hoping I get enough hits to throw you back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, I do throw you back. 6.
Okay.
7, 8. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams. So 1, 2, yeah. The command team will get 1 hit. One of the SMG teams will get 1 hit, and the other teams will get 2 hits each.
Okay.
So do your command team first, 3 plus. Yep, and the next SMG team that only had 1 hit. It does, and then the teams with 2 hits. 1, 2, 3. Alright, you die. And then you just fall straight back. And one becomes the unit commander. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Alright, so German starting step. Unpin that SS squad. They unpin that Panzer Grenadier squad. They unpin. Last stand check on that Panzer. He sticks around. Formation commanders automatically pass. However, and correct me if I'm wrong, my viewers, they only have 1 tank team left, even though they passed last stand. And they only have 1 tank team left, even though they passed last stand. So as far as I understand, they're not in good spirits. I no longer have a core unit in good spirits, much less the 2 I need to not be off the board. So you break my formation morale and you win.
Yay!
Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so Soviet victory.
Yes.
This has changed. So you won first game.
Yes.
Well freaking done.
Yes.
So what went wrong? Well, for me, counterattack's kind of hard to figure out and successfully pull off. As I've encountered when playing against Bennett the few times that we've done it. But I think the bigger issue was just how fragile my formation was. Using Fortress Europe as the Panzer IV core formation, I didn't really have enough tanks on the table. I ideally should have dropped one of the infantry platoons to take another unit of tanks in there. I really wanted access to the Stukas and the Hornies, and until I get Bagration Germans, I can't have formations that have tanks and infantry in the same corps. So hopefully those books come out soon. Hopefully. Really looking forward to playing with that. So, your reserves coming in first during the IS-2s, that was really big. I just couldn't stop them. Those they tried. They certainly tried. Anti-Tank 17 is the way to go to stop an IS-2. Couldn't hit you.
No.
And then just, yeah, stubborn defense for the Russians. I wasn't expecting you to get your troops over as quickly as you did. I thought I'd have another turn to dig in, but I didn't. So, what do you think?
I think I'm really excited to play with the Bagration rules. I'm looking forward to kind of building up the forces, and becoming even stronger and having even wilder and greater and grander battles as I continue to pick my way through the rules and learn, because you guys are honestly watching me learn how to play this game. Until we started filming for this channel, I had never played this game before.
No, you played 2 games before.
Yeah, like 3 years ago, maybe.
Right, yeah, so she'd only played version 3 with me when we first started dating, and it didn't go well, so she never came back until now.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any suggestions on how we can improve our gameplay, obviously I'm going to be making mistakes. Bree, you'll probably make mistakes. We try and catch them as we go. If you see anything, just let us know. We'll try and fix it for the next time. And if you liked today's video, please remember to leave a like. And if you aren't subscribed already, just click on that subscribe button so that you can get our videos as soon as they come out. Our goal is to have 1 a week. When work starts back up for me, it might be a little bit more complicated to get in 1 a week. We might drop down to 1 every 2 weeks, but we'll keep everyone apprised of what's going on. So thank you so much for watching. Remember, we're all in this together, and I'm pulling for you. Keep sticks on the ice.
Take care, guys.